I am pleased to bring on Justin Conger, the CEO and President of Conger Construction Group.
Hello, my name is Justin Conger, President and CEO of Conger Construction. Conger Construction is a commercial contractor located in Warren County, Ohio, servicing pretty much all of Southwest Ohio. Our organization was founded over 29 years ago. And as a commercial contractor, we've had the great opportunity to build some fantastic structures in and around Southwest Ohio. But everything we do is tied back to our mission, and our mission is to build a solid future. And we do that by building solid lives of our employees, which help build solid families, and those families build solid communities. And we do that through building solid structures. So the buildings we're able to construct, whether it's a school, a municipal building, recreation facility, we try to work in areas and construct facilities that help further our mission of building solid lives and building solid families and building solid communities. So for us as an organization, it's more than just going out and getting dirty or playing with large equipment or swinging hammers or using screw guns. For us, it's about a much bigger calling, and that's what we try to do day in and day out. Next slide, if you don't mind, please. So why construction? Construction, especially in Ohio, is one of the 10 fastest growing sectors. As far as employment growth, you know, there's in this great world and country, and even in the post-COVID pandemic world, there's going to be a lot of economic rebound and a lot of organizations growing. And you can see from this chart here that we pulled from the Ohio Bureau of Labor Statistics. A lot of construction's the fourth, fifth one down, but also some major growth in healthcare and community service. All of those organizations and really much every profession in this chart is going to require some form of construction. As organizations grow, as manufacturers grow, as healthcare providers grow, as communities grow, they're going to need larger facilities, or maybe they're going to need a facility that's kind of changed, or make it smaller, make it larger. So construction plays into the overall economic growth of society. And in Conger Construction, we enjoy that. Again, as the economy grows, as businesses grow, we're growing. So there's plenty of growth and plenty of opportunity, not only in other market sectors that I'm sure many of organizations are speaking about today, but definitely in construction. I chose this profession 19 years ago. And we've come a long way as an organization, and it's very fulfilling. You're taking a piece of ground and turning it into an amazing structure, or you're taking a facility that's maybe dilapidated or run down and repurposing that, or you're taking a building that was ravaged by fire and reconstructed it and turn it into a fantastic facility. So it's great. You're able to use your hands, but you're also able to use your mind. You're able to use your creativity in the construction sector. So I know I'm biased, but I think it's a phenomenal profession that allows individuals of all race, color, creeds, imaginations, skill sets to work within that profession. Next slide, please. So construction industry career paths. Again, we're here today talking about ways to get into the construction industry. It's a growing industry. We're constantly, as an organizational leader, trying to talk internally of how we recruit, how we try to get more individuals into the trades, into the career path that leads to and helps enable our growth. So, you can start out. I have a number of individuals that have worked in my organization for 20 plus years, that went to high school, got a high school diploma, and then went straight into the trades and kind of immediately on the job training. Some of them being a laborer, making $12 an hour, $11 an hour, working their way up. But you can start as if you look at this graph, you can kind of start as a construction laborer on the far left side. And then if you'd like, you go into an apprenticeship program. If you got the work ethic, at Conger Construction, we help fund individuals that want to grow and we'll pay for part of their apprenticeship program. Or they can go to some certification exam. If you don't want to go into general construction, you can labor or a HVAC sheet metal person, pipe fitter, electrician, technology. There's so many career paths, even within the overall scheme of construction. And you can choose the career path that fits you best. You can also go to college, and when you get a 2-year associate's degree or a 4-year degree in construction management or engineering, you can work your way into the professional side of the organization, being a project manager, a project engineer, working through that career path. So there's a broad range of career paths available for anybody looking to come into the trades. Again, our organization, like I mentioned a minute ago, over 20, we have about 3 individuals that chose, hey, college wasn't their thing. They chose to come to work in this business. And now they're still with us 20 years later. Again, they went from starting out making $11.50 an hour, and all 3 of those individuals are making over 6 figures a year, fully funded 401k, full benefits, health insurance, dental, vision, short-term disability, life insurance. They chose a career path that, yeah, the first 10 years was a lot of hard work. And then they started to move up in the progression of, if you go to the next slide, I can kind of show this, but they worked their way up in the progression from carpenter, laborer to carpenter, to kind of site superintendent, to project manager, to project executive. So one of those gentlemen's a project executive with me, and another gentleman's the director of construction operations. So again, you can see the trajectory and the career path. If you're going into the trades and you're serious about it, yeah, it gets dirty and it gets cold and it gets hot some days. But if you put the work in, there is a path that says, hey, I can make a great living out of this and support my family and do a lot of things. Again, one of the gentlemen has been fortunate enough, didn't have any college debt. Again, to each his own, but it's the career path he chose. Now he has a second home down in Tennessee on the lake. So there are plenty of career paths in the construction industry that provide for a multitude of professions. And again, you can look at just the carpenter. Just the carpenter range and wage currently right now, again, continues to be in demand. We have carpenters making $55,000, $60,000 with overtime. Again, we're paying time and a half, busy industry, working more than 40 hours a week. So there's plenty of opportunities abound. Again, whether you're a carpenter, sheet metal fabricator, electrician, pipe fitter, those wage ranges and those career paths kind of vary a little bit. But there's still a lot of opportunity to come into this industry, use your hands, but also use your mind, work hard, see the fruits of your labor. As you work through any project in construction, you start with nothing, and then you start with a drawing, and the drawing's 2-dimensional, and you think, what's this going to look like? But if you work hard at it and you continue to do something and you're using your hands and you're working as a team and you're working with other trades and you're learning the soft skills of how to communicate and how to engage and how to lead, again, then you start to turn a 2-dimensional drawing or an empty field into a fantastic facility that provides hundreds of thousands of jobs, that allows for community members to recreate and get out and play baseball or play football or swim in a pool. That's very fulfilling. At least it is for me. Again, to each his own, but it's a very, 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 very fulfilling career path that allows you to not only support yourself, but support your family and support your community. So again, it all ties back to our mission as an organization and what we're looking to do. Real quick, next slide, if you don't mind, please. Again, kind of rightness of fit. Again, we've kind of talked about what are your career paths? How do you get into the construction industry? Whether, again, you go to a trade school, you come out of high school, go to work, on-the-job training, get into an apprenticeship program. We've talked about, going to college, getting an associate's degree or a 4-year degree. So multiple ways to get into the construction industry. And we kind of showed you, some of the salary ranges for those positions. So again, you can kind of start out. And right now, we're starting out. One thing that wasn't on the previous slide is, we're starting out paying laborers $14.50, $16 an hour. So, you're already coming in making a good wage. And again, if you're putting in the work, you're dedicated to it, you're starting to learn the skill set in the trade, you're going to be making upwards of $20 to $22 to $23 to $28 an hour, in a matter of 4 to 5 years. Again, plenty of upward growth within the industry. Then it gives some of the rightness of fit, some of the important qualities. And I talked about this a little bit ago, communication skills. Anything and everything we do is communication. Our logo in the back over my shoulder, there's like 3 dark gray bars. We kind of call our 3 pillars. And those 3 pillars of kind of the tools we bring to every job and we bring to the office every day is commitment, communication, and performance. You got to be committed to your job, committed to doing it right, and communicating. In our society, I think 90% of our problems is just bad communication. We're not properly communicating with one another, whether it's verbal, written, whatever those communication skills are. So developing your communication skills, developing your organizational skills, your critical thinking skills, those take shape in all forms and fashions. It could be, what's the most efficient way to frame up this wall? Or what's the best way to sweep this floor? And I'm only going to do it 1 time. I'm not going to do it 3 times because I want to be efficient. You're always growing those skill sets. Again, when you're out in the field, there's some manual dexterity, there's some physical strength, there's some multitasking and coordination, and there's some stamina that it takes to do this job in the short term. But then as you continue to grow and you become a construction manager and you oversee projects, you oversee staff, you work with those staff, you develop your skills, you build those qualities over a certain amount of time, that helps you grow in your organization. And as you grow within the organization, and again, whether it's with our organization or the hundreds of other construction organizations in and around Southwest Ohio, there's a long and fruitful career path. Again, I may have lost a lot of hair and got a lot of gray hair over the 19 years, but it's fantastic career to be in. I started out, I went to college, my father founded the business, but I started out sweeping floors, or I would pick up a bunk of lumber and the foreman would say, hey, carry that lumber over to that side of the slab. And I'd carry it all over there and kind of get the guys ready to lay out to do their work. And they're like, carry it to the other side. So there was some of that razzing, some of that going, but it was the physical labor. But also, again, when you got the job done, you could sit back and say, wow, we built that. All of our employees, laborers, carpenters, foremen, superintendents, project managers, CFOs, everyone in our organization, you drive by facilities, and even myself with my kids, there's a sense of pride that, yeah, we built that. I had a hand in that. I helped create that. That sense of pride resonates in most every construction industry and construction business. So I would encourage each and every one of you, if you're looking for what's the right fit for me, what's the right career path for me, to explore construction. Again, it allows you to be outside, it allows you to use your hands, it allows you to interact with individuals of diverse backgrounds and diverse upbringings. But at the same time, it allows a career path that you can see from one of the previous slides, exponential growth, economic growth for you as a person, and then hopefully your family over time. So with that, I appreciate it. Again, I would encourage anyone and everyone to think about the construction career as a long-term strategy for yourself as you're looking for what's best for you as an individual. I challenge you to be curious about what you want to do, curious about how you want to grow. Curiosity is a great thing for any individual, no matter what your age is or your background. If you're curious, you're going to start to ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more clarity you get. The more clarity you get, the better off you can be as a person. So I encourage you all to be curious about construction, ask questions, reach out to me if you have questions. Would love the opportunity for you to get into this industry and experience the growth and the fruitfulness and the pride that I have over the years. So with that, I would appreciate the time and thank you.
Thank you, Justin, for that incredible insight on the construction industry and its potential career paths.
You're welcome.